Alrighty then, it's time for an AD Jarvan game. Let's get this show on the road. Which one? When's the last Ass Destroyer Jarvan game I had? Either way, fun times ahead. Too. So, I'm fighting a Nunu, and as Jarvan, that sort of worries me, because if the Nunu player knows what he's doing, he could hound me for, well, a lot. I know he got changed, obviously he got changed, and his latest rework has made him very new player unfriendly. And honestly, early game unfriendly, he gets hurt quite a bit. But still, he can definitely harass Jarvan, who is pretty vulnerable for the first early levels. However, I noticed Scuttle Crab hasn't been taken, and that's kind of unusual because it's a very easy, good target for Nunu. And then I decide to invade, or at least investigate a little bit, and I find his red buff hasn't been taken. I chance it, because I know even if Nunu catches me, I would probably be able to run away at least. And I counter jungle a Nunu. Surprising, right? Anyways, top lane is sort of losing, and I really can't help him gank. And I go mid lane, and I got to give props to the Azir here. The way he positions himself basically forces Chain Guy to get close to me. And as a result, my gank is pretty easy. Just walk up to him and just start hitting him, because he knows he can't flash because we'll catch him anyway, so he just accepts his death. That's an old school trick there that doesn't work a lot because a lot of players have the presence of mind to not put their backs to a bush. So, at least without wards. So, yeah, that was a really bad decision by him and it got him killed. So, yeah, but thanks to the Azir, he paid attention and he knew to basically use his presence to force the movement of the enemy team. Or the enemy mid laner, I mean. So, hey. Anyways, as you can see, my team is losing though. Mostly because the Kled keeps dying and my bottom lane is a little bit too aggressive. Nunu comes to gank mid, I counter gank that and get him killed. However, my Azir still dies and Jace's teleportation gets me killed too, so that's not good. Jace is pretty beefy right now, and he's a champion that could sort of run away with it. Thankfully, though, if I play my cards right, I can kill him and Tristana anyways. And it's mostly the biggest motivator of why I went AD Jarvan, because I couldn't trust a Kled who constantly dies and pushes really strangely to sort of make a difference. Once again, mid gets double ganked, but I show up just in time, and Azir does a really good shuffle to basically get them both killed. Very wonderful. I go top lane against Jace, who has no mana, who should have definitely known better, and I don't actually do really much anything except show my face. I participate by smacking him and getting him an assistance, but Kled would have been able to kill him anyways as long as he, played properly. Either way, though, I hang around top lane because I know this Kled isn't that good. He keeps pushing and being super aggro, and he goes against the Jace almost immediately, despite the fact of having no actual advantage, and I am able to, well, I don't save his life, but I'm able to get the kill against the Jace. If I had popped my ultimate a lot earlier, maybe I would have saved his life, but I didn't want to burn it for something so silly. So, right now, the game is starting to even out, but as you know, the kill spread is mostly in me and Azur's favor. The Kled is a big liability. Their kill spread is technically worse, but not bad. So, anyways, 10 to 12, no dragons taken, and you can see the goal difference. They're farming better ultimately. They get the dragon too. Also, this Tristana just shows no respect because they did have that warded, but she just waited way too long to try to burst away because she thought, I can dodge it, and she dies almost immediately. So that was kind of sad. But anyways, like I said, I'm building Ass Destroyer mostly just so I can absolutely eviscerate their top targets, Jace or the Tristana. They're gonna have to build Guardian Angels or take an early Hourglass thing, or I mean the Watch, or else I'm gonna be destroying them constantly. Also, I kind of like that play there of being able to get the Nunu and the Bard. I feel bad for the Nunu because the enemy team at this point, at the end of the chat, at the end of the game, started yelling at him, saying he was absolutely worthless. But either way, at this point, yeah, the Nunu has lost his momentum to being effective. Here's one of the issues I have with Nunu in his rework. The old Nunu had a chance to be useful throughout the game, right? Where if you didn't dominate the opponent, you could still use some bloodlust. The new one, not so much. It's sort of like you made a champion who needs to partially snowball in order to stay effective. Yeah, it's kind of funny, right? But it's a terrible joke. Anyways, you can see I got even more kills down mid lane. At this point, I can just EQ combo everyone to death. There's Silas. Okay, I remembered Chain Boy's name now. Silas isn't doing very hot. However, though, I do gotta admit some of the plays he made were kind of funny. Once again, I catch the Jace and destroy him. He's getting super aggro against the Kled, who he knows isn't all that great, but it allows me to just kind of, use my own teammate as a bait to get more kills. Ha. Still, though, we haven't really pushed all that hard. Isn't that kind of sad? We haven't pushed all that hard. The enemy team is, let's call it, still pretty competent, and my teammates are putting us in dire situations. But still, I'm just showing up at the right time to most locations. Here, Jace, I don't know what he was thinking. He sees that his teammates are back and that I missed my Q, but it's like, I have my ultimate, I'll easily destroy you. Varus and I catch the Nunu, do a lot of damage to him, but he's super fat, so we don't kill him fast enough. And the Varus decides to sort of turret dive and die for it. And then I put myself in a bad situation, and I almost escape. It's kind of a little nifty situation here. Bard puts himself in front of me, which is not a good idea, because then I get to knock him up. Then Anami decides to use her ultimate instead of trying to heal me, which would have actually saved my life, and I would have probably been able to turn around and kill the Bard, and then she misses her Q and dies. Ah, good times. And then Azure goes in for a kill against the Bard, but gets himself killed, which, again, that was actually a really bad decision, because the Bard kill is a lot less important than his own death, giving more money to the Jace, who's probably going to be the biggest threat. Still, though, you can see my item choices so far. I'm getting a BF sword. I was debating between that and a Ghost Blade, but I decided, pure AD, because your AD equals your real-life IQ. And I have the best IQ. Anyways, Black Cleaver, obviously the AD item, and getting Guardian Angel. And then after that, I was debating what should be my next item, because honestly, there's not as many great pure AD items for Jace as there was before. I mean, Trinity Force is great and all, but it doesn't have as much AD as certain other items, so I was just, I couldn't do that to myself. I thought of Duskblade too, and honestly, I could have bought that. But in most times in this game, I have to be in front of the enemy team because my teammates have no other strategy. I catch Jace, stab at his booty, miss my EQ because honestly, there was no vision here. But still, I have my ultimate, and I can just sort of spank him. I do miss my Q. That was embarrassing, but I still kill him anyways. And the enemy team tries to show up to try to avenge him or something, but they put themselves in a bad position, and I just go in there, and I have my stopwatch, so I survive their counter shenanigans, and we kill the Nunu, we kill the Bard, who uses ultimate in a very silly way because he was going to die anyways, and we kill him. And the Tristana gets to survive, for a while at least, but yeah, 12 kills on AD Jarvan by Guardian Angel, and I'm debating, what else should I buy? I buy another BF sword, honestly. And I'm going for the Spear of Shojin, or Shoji, or whatever it's called. Because I wanted to see its effect if I could possibly get multiple ultimates off. And, that would be amazing having, a lot of Demacia action going around. It would make me happy inside. Anyways, Jace kills the Kled again because, to no surprise, that's a thing, but gets himself killed. I don't think that's worth it at this point because the enemy team needs him as sort of their most important character, because without him, they are piss weak. I also want to show you, I hope you see this ultimate here. Instead of doing it immediately, I waited for them to get close to the turret because it makes a much better trap there, and it absolutely got them destroyed. Oh, I gotta give myself credit for that. I was waiting for that, and it was just a wonderful application of Jarvan's ultimate, so to speak. So yay. Anyways, the rest of my team decide they can try to replicate my godliness and get themselves killed trying to solo the enemy team. We get chased down a little bit, and we split up just to try to survive. The Tristana keeps going right after me, and unfortunately, I EQ on her ulter, and then at the last bit of health, she uses her ultimate and saves herself. I almost killed her. It would have been amazing and hilarious. But no, it's just a shame. But anyways, this chroma, I love it on Jarvan. Because, if there's any champion in League of Legends who could really use an Emperor of Mankind skin, would be like Jarvan. It would be amazing, right? Make it happen. Make a deal with Games Workshop, right? Make it. Well, let's have some, Warhammer skins, or at least some more of them. Give me some Space Marine skins. Anyways, we go for a really bad fight, and we get absolutely punished for that. Varus trapped himself in the Baron for some reason, got killed. I tried to save him, or at least I tried to fight back on that, and I got killed. It's just really bad. We should not have done that. And as a result, that allows the enemy team to just sort of come back in. However, because the enemy team decided that life wasn't worth living, they got two of themselves killed. So, it's not enough to sort of make a dent anymore. I mean, they get to push a little bit, but it doesn't matter all that much. So the Nunu gets himself killed again, which I'm pretty sure makes his team love him a lot more. But I would honestly be more upset at, the Silas for losing mid the way he did, given all the support he kind of sort of had, and not really been effective. And at least they don't have Kled, who seemingly was able to embarrass the Silas and then get himself killed. Again, if you're losing to a player who's been knowingly really poor, it's kind of sad. But anyways, scouting around, I know I missed a ward there, but I'm trying to find a bard who was sort of just, skulking around in the jungle. And then I go kill the ward because hooray. But yeah, the enemy team at this point is kind of deciding they just don't want to play anymore, and they're just letting themselves sort of die. We're catching any stragglers, killing them, giving weird chases. Here I just want Bard to die because, he's honestly, despite making some weird plays, has probably been one of the more impactful players in this game. I don't think the enemy team understands that, individual impact only goes as far as your team impact. Because while the Jays absolutely destroyed top lane and got a lot of good kills, I don't think he's been contributing too much to the team because he's just kind of, going for them kills. And they're at that point, I guess, because of their inability to work together, it allows them to just be super open, and we just destroy them with our crowd control or our sniping. Here we catch, I caught the Tristana, which is one of their most important characters, and snuffed her out. Jace basically tore their team up. I mean, not Jace. Azure tore their team apart, and as a result, them being scattered allowed them to be absolutely destroyed. And yeah, it's just kind of, sad. Your Bard makes me have to give him a chase, and I don't care. I just, I want him dead. And eventually we do manage to kill him, and, hooray, I guess. Kled gets the kill, which at the point resets his, gold, but whatever. He actually has a bounty, which is funny. But yeah, now I finally, I buy yet another BF sword, and I didn't even know what I was going to upgrade that one into. But yeah, Spear of Trojan, I don't know how I feel about it. I know in some champions it's apparently hilarious to use, but I don't know about Jarvan. I knew it was gimmicky at the beginning already, but still. Jace, again, like I said, goes for a kill against the Azir, which he should have known was too much of a high risk to do, and he got himself killed. As a result, I don't have any fear of just chasing off after the enemy team, forcing Tristana to basically run away and burning her only safety, and putting Xylus basically by himself and getting him killed. This results in us getting a very easy Baron, and pretty much going in for the kill. Again, their team, despite the fact that some of them had some individual strengths, as in, they fed off their opponents, they didn't do anything with it because they kind of refused to work together. So, as a result, the team made no use of the gold advantage they had, allowed me to basically rampage on them and reset any situation they have gained, and me and Azure just kind of clean house. So, yeah, and then eventually Varus was able to catch up and, dominate. And at that point, the enemy team had nothing. So, the enemy team definitely super threw this game. And I'm wondering if any of them said, win lane, lose game. Because, honestly, you could win lane, but you can definitely lose game because of your own damn fault. So, hooray for Jarvan. And if you liked this video, remember to give it a like. And if you aren't subscribed, make sure to subscribe. And if you are subscribed, make sure to hit the little bell up there somewhere so you actually get notifications to my videos because YouTube and stuff.